Hello, Liberty family, and welcome to another episode of what we're calling Discipleship Clips as we walk through a number of issues and points of interest when it comes to a biblical worldview. Today, I want to talk about keeping our souls diligently, and this comes from a passage that I actually found this morning as I was doing my own quiet time in Deuteronomy chapter 4, and this is what it says in verse 9. Only take care and keep your soul diligently, lest you forget the things that your eyes have seen, and lest they depart from your heart all the days of your life. Moses is warning the people before they enter into the promised land that they need to remember the things that they have seen. They need to keep their souls diligently. When we read that phrase to keep, when it comes to keep your soul, it's the same word that was used to describe what shepherds would do in tending their sheep, or what warriors would do guarding the city walls. And in the same way, Moses is saying that we need to be diligent about guarding our hearts, making sure that our hearts don't, like sheep, wander away or not overrun by things because we're not guarding our hearts. This is what is true for us today in our lives, that we ought to be keeping our souls diligently. That word diligently means exceedingly, abundantly. It's not something that is passive. It's strenuous. It's purposeful. It's action. And so this is something that takes intentionality and being very purposeful with watching over our hearts and our souls. So let me ask you, how often does your heart wander away, or is it overrun by anxieties, fears, worries, all sorts of different things that can flood our minds simply because we're allowing anything and everything to come into our hearts? Brothers and sisters, we must guard our souls. We must keep watch over our souls diligently. For if we don't, then the truths and the promises and the hope that we have in God will depart from our hearts, like it says in that passage, and we will fall into the lies and the sin that so easily and so continuously comes against us. So whether it's through getting in His Word, or praising Him through music, or learning by a podcast or a video, or simply gathering with other faith family members, these are the means by which we guard our hearts. So how do you need to wake up to the care of your soul? Let me ask you, brother or sister, how do you personally need to wake up to guarding your soul, keeping it diligently? How can you be diligent to get in His Word if you're not doing that on a consistent basis? How do you strive to make worship a priority again? For those of you that may have not watched the live stream in a while, or not come back to gather with us on campus for worship, if you're not regularly worshiping with us, whether in person or online, how are you guarding your heart, and how are you keeping watch over your soul? How can you fill your mind with more of what you know is true, rather than all of the what ifs that overrun our media and social media? Brother or sister, are you anxious, fearful? Are you giving in to sin? Are you trapped in sin? Or are you just plain stagnant in your spiritual growth? Then begin today keeping your soul diligently by getting His Word in you and guarding your heart. These are the times that God has called us to live in, and we can only do so faithfully as we take care of our souls. If you have any questions whatsoever, if we at the church can be praying for you in any specific way, certainly reach out to me. You can email me at kylevalaire@lbcchelsea.com. And until next time, know this: we love you, church, and we are here for you.